In our society today, we all love to watch sports, watch our favorite athletes, watch our favorite teams win,
Good one.
but we tend to forget the behind the scenes that goes on in order for these things to happen. All throughout colleges, every sport that goes on and every team that is made has an athletic trainer to back them up. These trainers are there to prevent injuries from getting worse and to strengthen the athletes to perform at their best. There's so many treatments and hard work that goes unnoticed and seen from behind the bench. I'm here to show you on what it is to be like an athletic trainer.
I'm Angelo. I'm an athletic trainer at Lynn University. I've been at Lynn University 3.5 years, so this is year 4 at Lynn. Currently, I work with men's lacrosse, men's golf, and cross-country track and field. So I always kind of wanted to do something with medicine. Just for me, helping people seemed like it would be pretty cool. And I've also really been involved in sports a lot. Like, it's a big part of my life, whether playing them or, watching them and consuming them.
My name's Elise. I am an athletic trainer here at Lynn University. I currently work with 5 different teams: men's soccer, men's basketball, men's tennis, and women's golf. My favorite thing about this career is, I love to really give back to the community and give back to the athletes and help them and get them where they need to be to perform at the 100% level capacity for them to be able to play.
I am Meredith Reilly. I'm an assistant athletic trainer at Lynn University. I work with softball and women's soccer. When I got to high school, I found out I had sports-induced asthma, which slowed my running down, and it's not something you can really prevent. Eventually, I ended up having 6 collapsed lungs, all on my left side, which again is not something you can really rehab and prevent. So I was not able to run my senior year. Luckily, I was able to run in college, but I want to be able to help other people continue to run and play through their injuries if possible. So that is how I got into athletic training.
Initially, first it was PT, and during my undergrad, I worked as a physical therapist technician, and I worked 12 hours a day in a confined office with no windows, and it was a lot of more with elderly patients, which wasn't as fun for me. And then I started to do some more research, and I looked into athletic training, and I worked with multiple athletic trainers, and I just love the aspect that you can go from an office onto a field, onto a court, and it was just definitely a different change of settings, and that's what I really enjoyed and wanted to do.
What? How? He tore his ACL in like the 60th minute and played through the 90th. Weird. Oh, I mean, Angelo's really.
Your thoughts on the athletic trainers and, their roles here?
I think the athletic trainers are, a godsend, truly. Just because I think you got to think about every day they come in with a different set of challenges and they don't have backstories. They get presented with all these problems, and us athletes, we don't have the answers, and we come to them every day expecting them to have answers, and 9 times out of 10 they usually do. So it's really truly a blessing for these athletic trainers. Thank you, Anna.
You're welcome.
So we've had a decent amount of staff turnover. I think most small schools are experiencing similar things. Obviously, year 1 to year 4 is way different. Just like the more you're here, the more you know people, right? Like, I can have a conversation with a coach that I never have worked with in my entire life. Like, we know each other, we've all been around this long, and that's pretty cool. Kind of the same thing with the athletes. Like, even if I don't work with your team per se, you've seen me around, I've been here for a while. So just interacting with people maybe outside of my bubble in athletics is pretty cool. But then also just like learning some of the processes here and how things work, and with doctors and getting appointments set up and all that. And then just finding, kind of your groove and getting comfortable in what you're doing every day is pretty cool.
In their defense.
But you're getting that arm pump. Yeah, more arm pump.
So far it's been great. I can say that this college, it has the nicest staff to work with. Coaches respect what you say and do. At other places, they might not like the bad news and they'll argue with you, whereas here they're kind of like, yes, I believe you, we're going to do what you say. Coworkers are great to work with. We all help each other out when needed. We help each other with workloads, all that other fun stuff.
I mean, being an athlete is a key aspect because I get to relate to my current athletes because I've been in their positions before, and I'm able to share my experiences and how I got through them and who I leaned on for support. So I'm able to give my athletes those feedback and those advice to get them through whatever they're going through, whether if it's an injury or whether if it's a personal issue, mental issue, and that's what I'm here for at the end of the day.
It's not fun, but it's.
You should do like the Disney Channel thing.
So what are your thoughts on what the athletic trainers do for us every day?
Oh, they help us out so much, just getting us through our weekly routine with recovery and everything.
Period. While you're getting cupped currently, what do you think about what treatments Meredith gives you and how she's making you better?
She sacrifices so much time for us, which is why she's my favorite athletic trainer.
Oh, and how do you feel while getting cupped right now?
I feel in pain, but I know it's good for me.
So cupping is, you see like Michael Phelps had that in the Olympics, the giant circular purple bruises. Helps open up space between the muscle and the fascia and allow more blood flow, which kind of kickstarts the healing process, lets the body know that it needs to go to this area.
Mic'd up.
Sympathy is not have been going through it. Empathy is you went through it.
Oh my god, if it is that what you wanted?
No, I was just thinking because I have this super chill. Feel okay? Alright, I'll take this off at 2:50.
You want me to open this up?
So, what are your thoughts on athletic trainers and how they provide you guys service?
Angelo makes me hurt more.
Oh my god. Do you have like a real answer?
I don't know. It hurts in the moment, but you feel better after, you know?
Okay.
True story, Angelo, he just feels like a 45-pound pill on you and says, this is gonna hurt. And he does it, and it does hurt. But you know what? You feel better after, so.
Don't you think they're very necessary for our seasons, though?
Yeah, I've been injured twice, and I'm still running, so you know what? It works. Trust the process.
I think it keeps you on your toes, right? I think if you were to just work with one sport for a really prolonged period of time, you'd be pretty singularly focused on like what injuries they experience. Not that that's a bad thing, but like a golf injury and a lacrosse injury are going to be two different stratospheres. You know, more of a chronic overuse, usually at the hips or back, versus like a, hey, some dude just whacked me in the head and now I can't see correctly kind of thing. And then, you know, the team cultures are pretty drastically different. A lot more international type athletes on the golf team versus more domestic American kids, specifically from Maryland with lacrosse. So it's kind of interesting to see like their own team cultures and how that works out. But it's good. It gives you a good mix of things. It's not just like, oh man, every time I get an injury, it's like a brutal season-ending surgery. It's like sometimes it's like, hey, I can still play. I'm just in a lot of pain. But how do we manage that pain? How do we figure out ways to accomplish the goals that we want to accomplish during the season without, you know, any long-term ramifications?
So what do you think about the athletic trainers and how they help us with our needs?
Athletic trainers are really helpful. There's specific trainers for each team. Our trainer is Elise, who is personally really good to me. She helps me with any problems I have, any sorenesses. So she's been very helpful, and I know the other trainers have their teams out as well.
Like athletic trainers as a general, we always worry. You know, the last thing you want to do is call 911, call the police, do CPR in the field, you know. So we definitely have some nerves, you know. Before every single game, I always say a prayer for myself. I say a prayer for the athletes, for my team, the opposing team, to arrive on the field healthy, to arrive off the field healthy, and hopefully nothing goes wrong. And you know, if something does go wrong, I am confident in my skills and my coworkers to do what we need to do to save the athlete as well.
Thank you, athletic trainers.
Thank you, Elise. We appreciate all you do.
Thank you, Angelo.
Thank you, Meredith.
Thank you, Angelo.
Thank you, Meredith.
Thank you, athletic trainers.